Hey Gene, I think this the one, baby. It's your boy Killer, Grant, Atlantic, Chain of Command. Yeah, clap, clap, yeah. Listen, I don't know what y'all be doing. We be making that good music. Others try, but don't confuse it. Let me show you why I do it. Jersey. Tell me where you grew up at.
Man, I grew up between like Compton, Long Beach, Bellflower area.
Okay.
So I went to private school in Compton, and then
Gotcha.
my mom wasn't feeling public school in Compton, so I ended up going to school in Long Beach and then
Okay.
Bellflower. Yeah,
All right. So, you played any sports?
yeah. I played football at Mayfair High.
Okay. Did that lead to any D1 schools calling you saying, "Hey, you got it"?
Nah, I ain't even gonna cap. JC reached out, but I ended up getting a full ride scholarship to Cal State Long Beach. So
Okay, that's dope. And then what you major in?
marketing.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, who inspired you to do music?
Uh, my dad.
Okay.
My dad.
Tell me about your pop. Like, what about him was musically inclined?
Well, I got young parents, so I listen to a lot of He Who Shall Not Be Named, but I'm gonna say R. Kelly.
Okay.
As a kid, the
Right.
Isley Brothers, all these, just music.
Okay.
And
Uh,
then
be,
also, and then my dad also started like a little indie label called Rough City Records,
okay.
based in Compton, and he put money behind a few artists that he had meetings, but nothing ever really like major really ever materialized.
All right. So when you say artists, anybody that we know from LA, or I mean from Cali
Mm,
that he invested in?
Nah, not that. Nah.
Okay. All right. All right. So what rappers did your dad play for you? Did he give you a little bit of Easy E? Like, did he play some Ice Cube?
I mean, Easy E grew. His house was down the street from mine, so
Oh,
it wasn't
serious?
nothing to see him move, driving up and down the block.
Oh, that's lit. Uh,
NWA,
okay.
Biggie, Tupac, all of that.
Okay. So you grew up on a little bit of everything: East Coast,
Yeah,
West Coast.
for
Any
sure,
any,
for
any
sure.
Midwest rap? Any Texas? Any Ghetto Boys?
Yeah, my pops definitely like Ghetto Boys for sure,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, no problem. All right, so listen, man. As far as you, do you have any musical talent other than a musical ear? Do you have any talent? Can you rap, sing, play the drums,
None
anything?
whatsoever. I'm strictly a fan.
Right,
Always want to be behind the scenes.
right,
I'm not a person that I don't really like a lot of attention. So nah,
right.
I've always wanted to be behind the scenes.
Okay, so being that you in school, you got a marketing degree. How did you become an A&R? Like, how did you get that job?
Interning, man. One of
Okay.
my classmates was cool with one of the assistants
Right.
uh, under Luke Wood, who used to work at Interscope.
Okay.
And that's how I got my first internship. And after that internship, I just worked my jelly in the building, and I just extended the internship for like a year, just meeting everybody in different departments.
Right. Now, what does an internship look like inside of a label? Like, are you fetching coffee? Are you going to get they lunch and bringing it back? Like, what was your
Yeah.
daily duties?
I mean, I currently now those aren't things that interns are allowed to do, but
Right.
yeah, at that time, that was part of the process
Okay.
for sure. While you still learning, administrative duties and how to talk to certain people,
Okay.
certain systems and processes you learning. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
And how did that feel? Even though you meeting celebrities and stuff, but you're not getting paid. So what did you do for money during that time?
I was still working at Office Depot's warehouse, so I would take
Okay.
like 2 days off
Right.
from a 5 day work week there, and
Okay.
intern there for 2 days.
Okay. And during your time in the building, like, how are you networking? Like, I guess if artists come through, are you trying to get cool with them? Are you like running errands for them too?
Nah, I was more so, just networking with the staff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? 'Cause at the end of the day, the artist really can't do much for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my thing was just, handling my business with the person that I was interning for.
Okay.
And then as soon as I'm done, with those duties, it was like, all right, what they call hit the floor. So what
Right.
that means is go introduce yourself to somebody and ask them if they need help.
Right.
that worked out. So that actually helped. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the people who were like interns themselves or assistants then are
Right.
now like heads of departments now and
Okay.
CEOs.
That's dope. All right.
Yeah.
So when after working your way up from an intern to getting a position there, what artists that you think the world would know that you work with?
Um, Ken Carson,
Okay.
Destroy Lonely, Playboy Cardi, Juice World, The
Okay.
Baby, yeah, Pierre Bourne,
Oh, that's dope. So yeah,
Lockaway.
yeah, you working with them is like what? Like you're actually working with them side by side, making sure they meet deadlines, turning in music. Like that was
Absolutely,
your responsibility.
absolutely. Booking studios, booking
Okay.
travel, making sure certain assets are turned in correctly
Right.
to other departments. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And another question I wanted to ask is the A&R's salary a lucrative salary, or does it depend on if the artist is actually selling or the project is coming out and not shelved? Like, is it commission based or like you just got a salary and it's lucrative?
Yeah, I'll just say that.
Okay.
That
Now,
the payment is handsome.
all right. So, all right, six figures.
It can get there.
It could get there. All
It
right.
can get
Okay.
there.
All right. But my question is it only if you're producing? Like if the artist ain't doing shit, they like, hey,
I mean,
he ain't do
that's how it helps to get there. You know what I'm saying? As
right.
your artists progress, so does things for you.
Okay. All right. My next question is a lot like I told you earlier, a lot of artists are out here, recording, doing their music, they in the gym, they have a social media presence.
Mhm.
Being that you were on like the inside looking out,
Mhm.
you're looking outside the building, right? What does it take for these artists to impress the labels? Because a lot of people think they shoot their videos, they run their streams up, and the label just gonna call them. Like, what exactly do you guys look for?
Nah, I mean, no, that definitely helps. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's departments dedicated to that.
Right,
The research department, they definitely are, checking out for artists whose streams jump,
right,
following jump. But the main thing they want to see is that artist in demand? Do people want that artist?
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the number one thing for real.
Now,
Like,
how does that look? You mean like as far as like if there's shows in the area, are they packing shows?
yeah, that's one way. And
Okay,
just like, just overall demand. Like,
right.
does anybody want this artist? That's the
I
easiest
always thought it was funny how does it get to you guys though? Way in the building, like do you guys just go online and search? Like you said, your research team, they'll
No,
then
for
call
sure.
you and say, go
You
check
go
out this
online.
place.
It's either you go online or you just really outside. And
Right,
I know a lot of people, so if it's
right,
something that I'm not personally, aware of, somebody I know about it and they telling me about it.
right. And then you'll go do your research on it.
Absolutely.
So as an A&R, were you like frequent like in the clubs night after night looking for talent?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
My roster was so crazy, like I didn't really have a lot of time to do research, to be
Right.
honest. So a lot of things that came to me just by chance, or our research team, or like
Okay.
like I said, somebody that I know bringing it to me.
Right. Now I remember the old school way of lawyers. Lawyers used to submit artists. Do you guys still accept it that way too, like
No, yeah,
entertainment lawyers?
yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. I thought maybe like now those old school ways they start filtering out a lot of stuff. Like, if it's not on their radar, they don't want
Yeah,
it.
nah, it still happens a little bit.
Okay. All right. What's your opinion on streaming, man? Like, do you think that like, especially just say y'all sign an artist, you give them a
Hmm.
nice advance. Just say you give them an advance of 150,000. Like,
Hmm.
how do they make how do they make the label back that money? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I've seen Meek Mill has said that he's been out for years and he still hasn't seen a streaming check. So how do the labels give advances, but then it takes a long time for the artists to earn any money besides that advance due to streaming?
Um, I'm not privy to whatever Meek Mill situation is, but every contract is different to some degree. So
Right.
the label gonna participate, merch, and just whatever other avenues is on that person's contract.
Okay, so would that be considered like a 360? Like they want everything. They want the shows, the merch. You get in a reality show, they can get paid off of that too, just to get back what they gave
Yeah,
you.
yeah, you get what you negotiate. I'll say
Okay.
that.
All right. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, depending on how hot you are, you don't have to sit there and entertain a 360.
Very true.
All right. Okay. All right. So listen, I wanted to ask you what artists should we watch out for in California?
In California,
Yeah, like right now on the come up, the next to blow.
the next to blow, man, who is that? I like Young Cinco.
Okay.
Uh, shit. I'm a lot of the niggas on Kendrick G and X.
All right. All right. Oh, so you talking about the lefty gun plays and all them
Yeah,
guys?
Lefty Gunplay for sure. Like one of my
Right.
homies is part of his management team.
Okay.
AZ Chike,
Okay.
Kalen for real.
Okay.
Uh, that's a couple of dudes off the top of the head. Yeah,
All right. And have when last time you been to the East Coast?
I was there. Shit, October and November. I had a couple artists do on the radar.
Oh, I think I did see that on your Instagram. Y'all was in New York, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When you visit New York, what's some of the hot spots you hit?
I don't really be outside like that, so I might hit like Say Less, which is pretty like I feel like generic or
Right.
whatever else clubs people do out there, but I don't really be outside like that.
So you don't do starlets and nothing like that. You don't try to come to the
I'm
strip
not a
club.
big strip club guy.
Okay.
I'm really not.
Usually y'all industry guys are though. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm trying to tell you, like I'm so opposite of that, dog. Like
Right.
I don't really be outside like that.
I wanted to ask you something too. Being that you used to work at Interscope, right?
Mhm.
When you came over to New York, did you go? Were you privy to walk into the Interscope office? Is there an Interscope office in New York?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a universal building down there, and I feel like all the labels have office
Right.
space there. Yeah.
So when you come to New York, just say when you work there, you will go to that office and just network.
Nah, not really. Cause as far as Interscope, we more
Yeah.
like a West Coast label. So like
Right.
everybody from Interscope that I need to know or work with is in that building.
Got you. All right. So somebody like the baby, right? You said he
Hmm.
was signed to your label, but he got signed to the West Coast Interscope. But he like being that he's from down south, y'all signed him out in Cali.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that's what I just thought it was the
The
same thing.
main hub for Interscope is in LA.
Okay. Got you. That makes sense. All right. Let me ask you this, man. Another thing is, if you want to give advice to a young up and coming person
Hmm.
that watched you over the years, and they say, you know what, I'm inspired by B Hop, and I want to become an A&R. What do
Hmm.
you think the ingredients is for somebody to become an A&R?
Um, finding the artists,
Right.
producers, and just building up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Building the artist to be something that a label would be interested in. I feel like that's a good way to like, get yourself noticed.
Right.
I feel
And
like
did you?
the barriers of entry right now are so low.
Right.
So 20 years ago you had to pay, thousands of dollars to get in the studio.
Right.
Whereas now it went from being in the studio to being able to record off a computer to now you can record on your phone.
Right.
Now you got social media to where you don't got to sit in front of Best Buy or any store selling CDs. You could just drop a song and post it. You know what I'm saying, on your Instagram or your TikTok, and you could blow it from that.
Right. Now, is drill was a genre of rap that hit the industry hard.
For
From
sure.
your perspective, being on the inside of the building and knowing what labels are looking for, is that a dying breed of music right now? What's your take on that?
Um, drill I feel like was like heavy NY based. You know what I'm saying,
Right.
genre, and it was a lot of inner workings and situations within that culture that I wasn't privy to or knew about
Okay.
because I didn't know what was going on in the NY streets at the time. So
Right.
it took me a minute to like really understand, like, oh, that's like beef music. Like,
Right.
dudes is really going out here doing stuff and then rapping about it.
Right.
For the most part, I'm not saying that's all, but yeah, so that was crazy.
Okay. And as far as when in LA, you guys, I mean, they have not drill, but it's a lot of gangs, so they
For
banging on
sure,
wax out there. So
for
it's
sure,
similar. It's kind of
it's
similar,
very
but
similar. Yeah, we
are y'all
just
still?
we
Is
got
it
gangster music, and I guess y'all got drill music
right?
or West
But
Coast music or whatever.
right.
Yeah,
So are labels in LA still looking to sign those artists that are heavy affiliated? Like no disrespect, but like a YG, of course. You know they had rest in peace Slim 400. Like you
yeah.
had guys that's Draco the Ruler. You had guys that's really active in the streets. Like were labels intrigued on signing these guys due to the politics and the buzz that they had?
Um, yeah. I mean, when it makes sense, business wise, yes, for sure.
Right.
Actually, uh, I actually had a call with Draco and T
Okay.
about potentially doing something, but I guess
Okay.
just the business didn't make sense on
Right.
both sides, so nothing
Okay.
really happened with that.
Oh, you saying that you guys was in talks with him, but maybe y'all just couldn't come up with the
Yeah,
right
for sure,
moment.
for sure, for
Right.
sure.
That's dope. That's dope. Let me see. I'm trying to think. What else did I want to ask you? I wanted to ask you something about the Kendrick and Drake thing. I already know what side you on. You being from Compton, I'm not even gonna ask you who you thought we.
Oh man,
But my
oh
thing
man.
is this: from an East Coast guy, a lot of us
But I
was
love
behind.
Drake though. I love Drake. I'm not
Okay,
even gonna
got you.
front like I don't. I love Drake, but
Right.
I just feel like Kendrick got the best of that situation.
And I do, but I thought Family Matters, the joint that Drake dropped, I thought
Yeah,
that got him out of here though.
yeah, man. But
But Not Like Us was strong though. I got to
nah,
give it
for
to him.
sure. You can't
It was
deny
strong.
that.
How
Yeah,
is the West Coast feeling though? Like, is the West Coast feeling good about that record? Because that
man.
is like it's
I
like
went to the video shoot. Like it's on my
wow.
Instagram page. Like
Okay.
and he brought the city out. He hit a
Right.
couple locations with that video.
Okay.
Like just seeing so many people at the Compton courthouse
Right.
that day was crazy.
Right.
Crazy. I mean, you hearing the song out of everybody's speakers
Okay.
in the
All
streets
right.
for sure.
Okay. So listen, can you give artists out there some advice on what to do in this climate, whether they on the East Coast or West Coast, to get the attention of a major label? Because I think there's a lot of artists that are confused and they're
Hmm.
trying things, they're trying to mimic other people. And what do you think they should be doing if they want the attention of a major?
Um, music and content, consistency, and I just feel like from just those small things, I feel like you'll figure your shit out.
Now, the content part meaning what? Music videos or just blogging?
Man, content could be anything. Like I feel like a lot of artists, they get it confused to where like when a label is asking the artist to do content on like TikTok, for example,
Right.
they think they're being required or asked to do a dance or something,
Right.
But nah, the label just really wants you to interact with the platform because that's where the eyes are. If
Right.
you're not on TikTok, where are people supposed to find you?
Right. Now,
And
I guess
content,
they
huh?
mean Instagram too, right?
Yeah, Instagram too. And
Okay.
content is, it could be whatever it is. Like, I'm famous for loving cookies. So
Right.
my content that's specific to me would be me talking about cookie recipes or where to go get cookies. That would be my content.
Right.
So find whatever it is that's your hook and just use it. And like, let fans get to know you.
Right.
Because, hundreds of thousands of songs get uploaded every day. So
Right.
what's gonna make somebody wanna come listen to your music?
But you see that the model has changed. It used to just be about the music, right?
Yeah, but we get so much access to artists and celebrities these days. So it's just
Right.
like back then people wanted more. Now people want more. Now people wanted more music at one point in time. They wanted to be flooded with music, but like now with social media, people want to know what you ate for breakfast.
Right.
What do you do on Saturdays?
Right. I wanted to speak to you about Juice World, man, because I know you said you had something to do with his project, or you was around
Mm-hmm.
him at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But he just came out with a project, after his untimely demise.
Mm-hmm.
The fans weren't too happy with this project. They said it was too many features on there. There was producers that he probably wouldn't have worked with. Like, do you know if that was an Interscope project or that was something the family did? But I know the comments online was like, it's too many features. He would have never did features for some of these people. What's your take on that project that came out? Have you even heard it?
No, I definitely heard it. Yeah, no, I definitely heard it.
Okay.
Uh, to be honest, that's a hard fan base to please, man. Like
Right.
they love that kid, and they just a hard. That's a hard fan base to
Right.
please.
Right. So did you hear that? You heard the reviews too and said like, I don't think it did what the last one he before he
Hmm.
passed did, but
Yeah,
fans just wasn't. They just said that they felt like it was tainting his legacy.
I didn't see that. I didn't see those specific ones, but I did see a little bit to where some
Yeah,
people felt the way about the track list or whatever. But I feel
right,
like Bibby and Interscope do the best they can,
right,
with what's left over and not leaked,
okay,
and trying to present good music. So I feel like they do their best.
all right, no problem. Yeah, the fans sometimes ain't never happy though. Like you said,
Yeah, it's
they
hard
not,
because you
yeah,
might please
like
one pocket of fans and then
right,
upset another. So
right,
but
uh,
respect to his fans, respect to him, and
okay.
Interscope and Juice.
So tell the fans like what happened with you making your exit from Interscope. Was it a budgeting thing or what happened?
Just layoffs. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying? Just layoffs.
all right. And what's next?
I'm actually currently managing an artist by the name of Heartless Kid.
Okay,
He's from Detroit, but spent some time living out here in LA. That's how we connected.
right.
And I'm just helping him, find his way in this business.
Okay.
Recently he turned a negative situation with one of his kids' mothers. He went viral from getting kicked out
Right.
TikTok. He went
Okay.
very viral. So I'm like, bro, you can't pay for this type of attention.
Right.
Drop a song.
Right.
And he dropped a song called Love Calls with a Kim sample.
Right.
And he been doing a little damage.
Now, this is one of the guys you took up to off on the radar, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I took him on the
Okay.
radar in October
All
for
right.
sure. And then it
Yeah,
dropped.
I definitely want to make sure I take. What's the name of that song again?
Love Calls by
Okay,
Heart.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna tap that in. And I know that joint where they got a lot of views on YouTube.
Um, yeah, for sure. Like when he did a collab post with On the Radar, and then that post did like 1.4 million views in two
Wow.
days.
Nice.
So that got the attention of a few distros and like one major. So
Okay.
we having conversations.
Oh, that's good. I was about to ask you, was you running them through your database? Because I know your database is
You know
mean.
what I'm saying? I'm using my skill set, my
Right.
relationships. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Okay. And
For
that's
some
good
good.
because you've been on the inside, so you know what to ask. You know what to ask for.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So does he have an entertainment lawyer? He got the whole team together.
We getting it together for sure.
All right, now that's what's up. All right, so you said that you made the transition, due to layoffs. You managing an artist. Where do you see yourself, B Hop, in the next 5 years as far as this music business? Can do you still think it's going to be around where labels are going to matter? Like I'm talking about the majors.
Nah, for sure. I feel like I
Okay.
definitely will be back in the major.
Right.
Um yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right, that's the goal. I guess that's your plan to get back in the building.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
time being, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Unless
when I
something unless something crack off to where I don't have to, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But in the meantime, I'm gonna get back in the building and make some things happen.
Yeah, what's going on with Capital? When I was there, I visited Capital. Like they ain't hiring for you. Like, did you check them out?
We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm having conversations.
All right, now that's dope. That's dope. Now I want to ask you too. I see that when I did come to visit you at the label, it was Interscope and Geffen. Is Geffen still around?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, are they? Who do they have over there?
They got
Anybody
Skilla,
that's
they got Skilla Baby.
oh
Olivia Rodrigo was there.
wow,
I want to say Sabrina Carpenter, but I might be wrong.
okay,
Rob 49.
Oh yeah, they good.
Yeah, you know, hey, they got some bodies over there for
Yeah, they
sure.
doing their thing. They doing their thing. I mean, it was funny because the day I met you, I just happened to come up there through my entertainment lawyer, but I was blessed, man, because when I tell you, Yo Gotti was in the building
Mm-hmm.
that day. Lenny S
Okay. Oh, you
was
came on a
there
good
that
day.
day at the office,
You came on a good day.
and I'm gonna tell you, guess who else was? Moneybag Yo.
Okay. They
All
probably
three
got
of
a
them,
meeting going
all
on.
three of them
Okay.
was downstairs in the lobby when I left your office.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I got my pictures and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lenny S is from back home. He from
Yeah.
East Coast, so I knew him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just love. Like it was love when I came out there. My entertainment lawyer is connected to the lady that I believe you work for. I can't think of her name off top.
Nicole Scarco.
Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole. Right. Yeah, that's my lawyer is Bernie Resnick, but he rocked with Nicole heavy. You know what I'm
Oh, for
saying?
sure. For sure.
But listen, man, listen. I appreciate you taking this time out. I know you got things to do, but I just wanted to come on here and basically show my fan base and people that follow the podcast that they can get the advice directly from somebody that was in the building, changing lives and being around artists that they look up to.
Nah,
So
for sure. For
I
sure.
wish you I wish you nothing but success, and I'm gonna make sure I tap into your artists. And I know I'll see you at Def Jam or Capitol in a couple of years doing your big
Nah,
one. You know what I mean?
for sure. For sure.
All right, so I'm gonna tap in with you, man. Thanks a lot for pulling up.
For sure. Salute.